Story time about how I'm a homewrecker and I don't regret it. Disclaimer, this is not my story time. I repeat, this is not my story time. I was sending me on Instagram. I've been dating this guy who's married for a year now. But here's some backstory. We went to high school together and I was so in love with him back then. I never had the courage to tell him that I was in love with him in high school, so nothing ever really happened. I went to college and I didn't see him for a few years. But when I saw him again, he was married with a kid. At the time, I did have a boyfriend, so I never thought anything would happen between us. But the opportunity arose and I took it. One day I saw him at my gym and I decided right then and there that I wanted to be his girlfriend. I started dressing up really sexy to go to the gym. I'd wear sports bras and really tight leggings, and I had no shame. I was doing everything I could to get his attention. But like I said, he was married. I would go up to him at the gym and say hello, and he would say hi back. He never really had a full conversation with me, and I could tell that it was because he was married. So one day, I worked up the courage to ask him for help at the gym. I just pretended not to know how to use a machine, and he fell for it. We ended up talking for about 15 minutes, and that's when I told him that I had always had a crush on him since high school. He got really nervous, and I realized that he was attracted to me. So I asked him for This is not my story time. I was sending me on Instagram. As we were making out in his car, finally, his wife called him. That's when I took his phone and I told him that he needed to give me attention. And just like that, it worked. We started going on dates and everything. Mostly just to the movie theaters during the day when no one was there. So now that I had him, I knew the next step was for him to get an actual divorce. Slowly, I started poisoning him against his wife. Okay, I know I sound super evil, but this was the only way I was going to be able to do it. And I did know that he was unhappy with his wife. Apparently, all she really cared about was the kids and not him at all, which I guess is understandable, but you don't neglect your husband after you have children, right? For 2 months straight, every single day I would tell him that he needed to get a divorce, and I showed him that he would be so much happier with someone like me. I had him wrapped around my pinky. Eventually, he started agreeing with me. This is when things really started to change. Whenever he'd get into a fight with his wife, he would come stay at my apartment. He had never done this before. A week later, he decided to confess to his wife that he was seeing someone else, which was the happiest day of my life. He asked her for a divorce, and she had no choice but to say yes. She still begs him to stay with her. Now we live together